us see the next topic, solution of homogeneous PDE involving derivatives with respect to one independent variable. We are going to see PDEs which involve only one independent variable. Let us see. Here is one example. Solve this PDE. Here, in this PDE, there is only one independent variable, that is x. So this PDE is with respect to only x. What is given? Given that when x is equal to 0, when the value of x is 0, the value of z is e to the power y, and dou z by dou x is equal to 1. So this is the condition given here to solve this PDE. Now let us start with the solution. Let us suppose that z is a function of x only. We can assume z as a function of x only because this PDE is with respect to x only. Since this PDE is with respect to x only, we can assume z as a function of x only. When we assume z is a function of one variable, you can rewrite this PDE in terms of ODE, ordinary differential equation. Here, then the given PDE assumes the form of ODE. PDE gets converted to ODE. How do we write the ODE out of this? Just write down in the place of dou d. Instead of dou square z by dou x square, we write d square z by dx square plus z is equal to 0. And we can write this d square by dx square as capital D square by dx square as capital D square, z plus z is equal to 0, where capital D is nothing but d by dx. Now z is common, we take z outside. What remains is d square plus 1 into z is equal to 0. So we have rewritten this differential equation in this form. Now we write the auxiliary equation of this. So that means we are going to find the solution of this ordinary differential equation. Let us write the auxiliary equation. What is the auxiliary equation? AE is, in the place of d we replace m, that is m square plus m is plus 1 is equal to 0. Let us solve this quadratic equation and check the roots. Plus 1 can be taken as minus 1 on the other side. Therefore, m is equal to plus or minus, m is equal to, if you apply root on both sides, you get m is equal to plus or minus root of minus 1. What is the root of minus 1? It is I. Root of minus 1 is I. So what you get? Plus or minus I. Plus or minus I. So the roots are complex roots. When the roots are complex roots, we know how to write the complementary function. How to write the complementary function when you have the roots z as a plus or minus ib. When you have these roots, we can write the roots as we can write the CF as e to the power ax into c1 cos dx plus c2 sin bx. So this is the CF when you have a complex root of this form. Here what we have, it is plus or minus I. That means it is z is equal to 0 plus or minus I. Plus or minus I. That is in the place of b we have 1. In the place of b we have 1, and in the place of a we have 0. So if you replace a as 0 and in the place of b as 1, what you get is this. Here, when you replace e to the power 0x c1 cos b is 1 It is just x plus c2 sin b is 1 x. What is e to the power 0? E to the power 0 is 1. So therefore you get c1 cos x plus c2 sin x. So this is your CF, that is the solution for the given differential equation here, right? Now our aim is to find what is the value of c1 and what is the value of c2. Using these conditions, we are going to find what is c1 and c2. And the solution of the given differential equation is given by, let us take this c1 and c2 in terms of y, because y we have taken as constant, because we are treating z as a function of x only. You can treat the value of y as a constant, y as constant, so that we can take c1 as a function of y, which will be constant, and c2 is also a function of y, which will also be constant. In the place of c1 we have taken f of y, in the place of c2 we have taken g of y. Now our aim is to find what is f of y and what is g of y using these conditions. Call this as equation number 1. Let us use the given conditions to find the values of f and g. What is the first condition? When x is equal to 0, the value of z is e to the power y. They have given, see here in the question. When x is equal to 0, the value of z is e to the power y. Let us use this first condition here. We are going to use the first condition. So what we have, our equation 1 is this. In this equation 1, where is the equation 1? In this equation 1 we are going to use, in the place of x 0 here, when you replace x is equal to 0, your z becomes e to the power y. So in this place we write e to the power y here, we write e to the power y in this place. So what happens to this equation number 1? Let us see. Here, in the place of z we have written e to the power y, in the place of x we have written 0. See, these are the changes made to equation 1. What is cos 0? Cos 0 value is 1. The value of sin 0 is 0. What remains? F of y is equal to e to the power y. E to the power y is equal to f of y 1 g of y into 0. If you simplify, you will get the value of f of y as e to the power y. Now let us use the another condition, that is dou z by dou x is equal to 1 when x is equal to 1. This is the second condition in the question. Now we want dou z by dou x. We want dou z by dou x. To substitute this condition, we want dou z by dou x. From where we can get dou z by dou x? From equation number 1. Differentiating 1 with respect to x partially. We are going to differentiate equation 1 that was here. This is the equation 1. I have taken equation 1 here. To create dou z by dou x, we need to differentiate this z partially with respect to x, so that we can use this condition. Let us differentiate this now. Differentiation of z is dou z by dou x. F of y is a constant, since we are differentiating with respect to x. F of y as it is. F of y as it is. Differentiation of cos is minus sign. Differentiation of cos is minus sign, plus constant g of y as it is. Differentiation of sin is cos x. So we have differentiated to create our dou z by dou x. Now it is ready for the substitution of this condition. What is the condition? In the place of x, take 0. Take 0 here. Take 0 in these places. And in the place of dou z by dou x, take 1. In this place we are going to put 1 now. Applying the condition, this condition we are going to apply, we get what we get. In this place we have put 1 is equal to minus f of y sin 0 plus g of y cos 0 we have put. What is the value of sin 0? It is 0. So completely this term will go to 0. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So what remains is g of y is equal to 1. What we get is g of y is equal to 1. We got f of y as well as g of y. That's what we were searching for. Now let us replace f of y value and g of y value in the equation 1 we had there. Substituting f of y and g of y value in equation 1. So in the place of f of y, let us put e to the power y. See, here it was f of y. In the place of f of y, we have put e to the power y. And here we had g of y. Here we had g of y. In the place of g of y, we have taken 1. We have taken 1 in the place of g of y 1. So if you simplify that, you get this has the solution. Z is equal to e to the power y cos x plus sin x is the required solution for the given PDE. Now let us take one more problem. Solve this PDE. Solve this PDE. Given that when x is equal to 0, z is 0 and dou z by dou x value is a sin y. See, this is the condition we need to simplify, using which we need to simplify this PDE, which depends on only one variable, that is x. So as usual we take this and we suppose z depends on only one variable. Suppose z is a function of only x. Suppose z is a function of only x. When you take f is a function of only one variable, your PDE gets converted to ODE. PDE gets converted to ODE. So instead of dou, we write d. See, instead of dou, we are writing d square z by dx square is equal to a square z. Now take this a square z to the LHS. We have taken. We are going to write this d square by dx square as capital D square. So what it gets? d square z minus a square z. Now what is common? Z is common. Take z outside. What you get is this. Now let us simplify this. We need to solve this ODE. We need to solve this ODE which is homogeneous. Because RHS is 0. When you have RHS 0, its solution is, what is its solution? Solution is just a CF. Solution is just a CF. How do we find the CF? First we need to write the auxiliary equation. What is the auxiliary equation? M square minus E square is equal to 0. Take this minus A square to the RHS. M square is equal to A square. So what is M? M is plus or minus. If you apply root on both sides, you get M is equal to plus or minus A. So here what is the nature of these roots? These roots are real and distinct because it is plus A and minus A. These are real and distinct. There is no I. So that's why it is real and distinct. When you have roots as real and distinct, what is the CF? What is the CF? When you have two roots like M1 and M2 as two distinct roots, your CF will be C1 e to the power M1x plus C2 e to the power M2x. So this is the CF when you have two distinct roots. Let us apply this here for these roots. Plus A is one root, minus A is one root. What you get? C1 e to the power A plus A. If you take plus A, a into x plus c2 e to the power, then minus a is other root minus ax. So this will be your y. In here we are going to take z because z is our dependent variable. Z is the dependent variable. So instead of writing y, we need to write z. That's why we are searching for z. Let us write the solution. Thus, let me write the solution. Thus, I'll write the solution here. Here we have written the same solution here. Now we need to find what is the c1 and c2 by treating these functions as functions of y. Solution of PD is given by z. Take this as function of y, f of y, plus c2. Take this as function of y, that is g of y. Now we need to find what is f of y and g of y using the given conditions. What is the first condition? When x is equal to 0, your value of z is 0. Let us put 0 in this place, and in this place also 0, in this place also 0. Take x is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. What happens? Let us see. What we get is 0 is equal to f of y e to the power 0 plus g of y e to the power 0, because 0 into anything is 0. What is e to the power 0? It is 1. E to the power 0 is 1. So what you get? F of y plus g of y is equal to 0. So you got one equation. You can call this as equation number 2. Using one condition, we got one equation. Now let us use the other condition. What is the other condition? Also given. When x is equal to 0, your dou z by dou x value is this. So we require dou z by dou x. From where we can get? By differentiating equation 1, we get dou z by dou x, because z is this. Now let us differentiate our equation number 1 to get dou z by dou x. Differentiating 1 partially with respect to x, because we want dou z by dou x. Dou z by dou x is equal to f of y is constant. Write f of y as it is. What is the differentiation of e to the power ax? Differentiation of e to the power ax is e to the power ax into a. Differentiation is a into e to the power ax. Differentiation of e to the power ax is a into e to the power ax. What is the differentiation of e to the power ax? A into e to the power ax plus constant g of y as it is. Differentiation of e to the power minus ax will be minus a into e to the power minus ax. E to the power minus ax into the coefficient of x, into the coefficient of x, that will be multiplied here, minus a. So we have differentiated. Now is the time to put the condition. What is the condition? Wherever x is there, we put 0. Wherever x is there, we put 0. And in the place of dou z by dou x, we put a sin y. Here we put a sin y. Let us put now. Applying the condition to this equation, what you get? A sin y is equal to a into f of y e to the power 0 minus a into g of y e to the power 0. E to the power 0 is 1. It is 1. It is also 1. So what remains is this. If we got one more equation, here what gets cancelled? If you divide throughout by a, this a, this a and this a will get cancelled. What remains is sin y is equal to f of y minus g of y. You can call this as equation number 3. Equation 2 is here, equation 3 is here. See here, in equation 2 we have two unknowns, that is f and g. In equation 3 also we have two unknowns f and g. If we solve these two equations simultaneously, you can find what is f of y and g of y. Let us find now. By solving, we are going to take this equation and this equation. I am going to take these two equations. See here, I have taken here and here. We are going to solve these two equations. You can observe, if you add these two equations, if you add these two, g of y and minus g of y will get cancelled. You will get the value of f of y. So what we say, addition gives, if you add these two equations, f of y plus f of y will be 2 times f of y is equal to, this gets cancelled, is equal to 0 plus sin y. 0 plus sin y will be sin y only. Therefore, what is f of y? F of y is equal to sin y divided by 2. So we got the value of f of y. Now, how do we find g of y value is the question. So to find g of y, if we subtract, this gets minus here, this gets minus here, because minus into plus will be minus. Again, minus into minus, it will be plus. Then what happens then? Minus f of y plus f of y will get cancelled. G of y plus g of y will be 2 times g of y. See, in this way we can find g of y by subtracting. What we say? Subtraction gives f of y minus f of y gets cancelled. G of y plus g of y is 2 times g of y. Right? Then 0 minus, we are subtracting. How do we subtract? 0 minus sin y will be minus sin y. 0 minus sin y will be minus sin y, which we have written here. Therefore, g of y is this. We got what is f of y and g of y. This has to be put in equation number 1. So what equation number 1 we get now? Z is equal to, so this was our equation number 1. In the place of f of y, we are going to put this. In the place of g of y, we are going to put, yes, let us replace now. Here, in the place of f of y, thus we have put e to the power ax. Then, in the place of g of y, we put this. Minus will come here. This minus will come here. Minus sin y by 2 into e to the power minus ax. So if you take the common, what is the common? Sin y if you take outside and take the LCM for these two, what you get? Sin y will be outside. Here, what happens when you take sin y outside? Sin y into e to the power ax by 2 minus e to the power minus ax by 2. Right? If you take the LCM, you will get this. But what is the standard form of this? This is of the form e to the power theta minus e to the power minus theta by 2. We know e to the power theta plus minus e to the power minus theta by 2 is sin hyperbolic theta. So in the place of theta we have ax. So ax will come here. So what do you get? Sin y, sin hyperbolic ax. is the required solution for the given PD